Strategies for healing from traumatic cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance, again, is when you have someone that's constantly trying to tell you a reality that does not have alignment with your truth and reality. Another term for it is gaslighting. What it causes is cognitive dissonance within the brain, which can actually cause brain injury over a prolonged period of time. So here's a couple strategies to help. One, I highly recommend getting a good journal, or a few, and start writing out on paper, here's the messages that I'm hearing, but here's what I believe is true, my truth and intuition. That way you can even visually just see what it is. So I had an entry that said, all tables and chairs need to be flipped over every month and the screws tightened. That's what I was being told. Reality and truth column says, I haven't had to flip over my table and chairs and tighten the screws in 4.5 years. So that way you even just have the visual representation of the truth and what you're being told. Second piece, as best you can, stop having conversations with a person who's a constant gaslighter. Try to switch it to writing, any kind of conversations being in writing. That way you can actually visually see the distortion from your reality. As well as when you're having those conversations, sometimes you can start going around the rabbit hole, trying to convince them of what you think is true, and that is such an energy drain. It is just life draining. So the next piece is just let them have their own reality. Let them have their own thoughts. You're not going to change their mind anyways, so don't go for the bait and the argument. In your journaling, also start working on what are your morals and values and who are you as a person, because frequently with being in that type of relationship and situation, you can lose sight of who you truly are, because that is also something that could have been distorted by messages. So use that as one of your journal prompts. The other piece I really wish someone would have told me is shorten your meditation time. I like to meditate, so I was doing large chunks of meditation time. That can actually cause significant amount of rumination, replaying conversations, trying to understand it, and just getting lost more in your brain. So shorten your quiet sitting meditation and switch to guided meditations, walking meditations, dance and movement. And if you're not feeling well, start with the little dance. Just your fingers and then your elbow. And little by little, your brain will come back online. It really does do a number on your brain, and your brain's, thank goodness for neuroplasticity, and that we heal. So, all my love.